Go interactive with X-Ray, where we bring trading experts to you live in the platform. Choose sessions, watch live market analysis, and catch up on your favorite market insights anytime. Ask questions and go one-to-one with leading experts on gold, oil, FX, crypto, indices, and equities. X-Ray, your very own analysis team, right at your fingertips. That's higher trading from MarketsX. Discover how some of the top executives are trading their own companies with our Insider Trades tool. See who's been buying or selling stock and what their trades say about insider sentiment. Use this unique big data tool to make more informed stock trades. That's higher trading from MarketsX.
Right, and we're live. What's happening, beautiful people? How are you guys doing? Let me know how you're doing in the comments box below. Today I want to talk to you about 5 most common technical indicators used by Forex traders in 2021. For the ones of you that don't know me yet, my name is Andrew, and for the last 10 years I've worked in many retail and institutional Forex brokerages in Europe. Join me in this amazing journey and find out the secret corners of Forex trading from top industry specialists. Learn what most Forex brokers don't want you to know, guys, by watching our daily broadcasts. And if you like what you see, feel free to like, share, subscribe on our YouTube channel, and support us in delivering more great content. I'll give you exactly 30 seconds to absolutely smash that subscribe button, and then we get started. Smash that subscribe button. I know you want to do it. Don't be haters. Smash that subscribe button. All right. 5 most common technical indicators used by Forex traders in 2021. Coming up. Right, beautiful people, and we're back with 5 most common trading indicators in 2021. Once again, I've decided to record these daily short videos to try and help every single one of you understand the complexity of the financial markets and how to approach the markets the right way. So today, 5 most common trading indicators in 2021. They are part of technical analysis, guys, which is part of trading. When you're trading the financial markets, you have 2 types of analysis, technical and fundamental. Both together might make the difference between a winning trade and a losing trade. So let's start with number 1 for today, guys, which is the RSI, or the Relative Strength Index. This is the most common technical indicator that everyone knows. This is the first indicator that you're usually being taught. So, the Relative Strength Index, or RSI, is a technical indicator used in the analysis of financial markets. It is intended to chart the current and historical strength or weakness of a stock or market based on the closing prices of a recent trading period. The RSI is most typically used on a 14-period time frame, measured on a scale from 0 to 100, with highs and lows levels marked at 70 and 30. Short or longer time frames are usually used for alternately shorter or longer outlooks. I know it sounds complicated, but I promise you it's not. So what does this mean in layman terms, guys? I don't know if you saw that every day when I'm presenting the charts, I have all sort of drawing on the chart. Those are technical indicators, which most times help me position myself on the market at the right time. Most times avoiding a drawdown on my trading account. So the RSI, this purple line that you see at the bottom of the chart, is the first indicator and the easiest one to learn. What does it do? It measures the strength, just as the name suggests. It's the Relative Strength Index. So it's measuring the strength of the financial markets. The 2 levels that you saw earlier on, the 30 and the 70 level, indicate an oversold and an overbought level. Whenever one of the 2 happens, then there is a big probability for the market to turn around, even for a short period of time. This is why the RSI is one of the easiest and the most popular indicators used on a Forex chart. Okay, Relative Strength Index, guys. Remember this name. So whenever you look at the bottom of the chart and you see the RSI way down into the oversold levels, you might want to consider, even for a short period of time, a potential buy position, because everything that goes up must come down, and everything that goes down must come back up eventually. This is how the RSI works. It's basically lingering all day long between 30 and 70%, somewhere in that region. Occasionally, it might go a bit higher, which usually implies a very good short position. Occasionally, you're going to see it lower, which usually implies a very good long position. This being said, guys, we're going to move to the number 2. The second very important indicator, which I'm using on a daily basis, guys, which is the Stochastic Oscillator. In technical analysis, the Stochastic Oscillator is a momentum indicator that uses support and resistance levels. This was invented by George Lane in late 1950s, guys. So for the last 50 years or more, we have the stochastic indicator on our charts. The term stochastic refers to the point of a current price in relation to its price range over a period of time. This method attempts to predict price turning points by comparing the closing price of a security to its price range. Okay, now, just like the relative strength index that you saw a minute ago, guys, the stochastic oscillator has a range, okay, and it keeps ranging between the highs and the lows of that range, okay, many times a day. Now, you can take this into consideration and try and position yourself on the market at a better price, at a better time frame, at a better rate, increasing the chances of being successful. Usually, you have to use 2 or 3 indicators, and if all 3 of them show you the same thing, on the concept, looks like a duck, walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's a duck. Okay, so I'm going to teach you 5 indicators today. We have 3 more to go. Okay, so get your pens ready. Get your notebooks ready. If you have questions, guys, feel free to type your questions in the comments box, and I will do my best to answer as soon as possible. So this is the second one and the most important one, guys, Stochastic Oscillator. Very easy to trade on. Again, whenever you see the stochastic trading at its lows and turning around, pointing to the upside, it might be a very good entry for a potential buy position. Whenever you see the stochastic trading at its top, in the overbought levels, and you see it turning around, it might be a good entry for a short position. And if the RSI is indicating the exact same thing, guys, you're 70% there. Which takes me to number 3 on the board, guys. And again, a very popular, famous technical indicator, which is the Bollinger Bands. The Bollinger Bands, guys, you saw this this formation that goes around the candlesticks on many charts, guys. You saw it on the news, you saw it on the TV, you saw it on many trading platforms, but you didn't know what that means. These are the Bollinger Bands, guys. So Bollinger Bands are a type of statistical chart characterizing, again, a long word, gives me a bit of a headache today, the prices and volatility over time of a financial instrument or commodity, using a formulaic method propounded by John Bollinger in the 1980s, guys. So the Bollinger Bands have been around for what? Over 30 years now. Right. Over 40 years, sorry. Financial trades employ these charts as a methodical tool to inform trading decisions, control automated trading systems, or as a component of technical analysis. Again, they are very easy to use if someone explains it to you the right way. Okay? Now, just like the RSI and the stochastic, Bollinger Bands have a center line. They have a top, a bottom, and a center line. Whenever the price ranges between the center line and the lower section on the chart, then most likely we're looking at a downtrend, guys. Whenever the price trades above the center line, between the center line and the top, then very likely we're looking at an uptrend. Whenever you're going to have a bit of instability on the market, a bit of tension on the market, then you're going to see the Bollinger Bands very narrow, like you see here in the center of the chart. Okay, not a lot of movement is happening there price-wise. Okay, and we see the Bollinger Bands in a very narrow channel. That usually means a lot of insecurity on the market. It usually announces some data that will be announced. It announces an event. Okay, so whenever you see the market in that formation, wait for an event, wait for something to happen, because it's going to happen. Which takes me to, okay, so if you don't have questions about Bollinger Bands, RSI, and stochastic, I will move on, guys. Number 4, guys, and again, a very popular indicator as we go on. they become a bit more complicated, guys. When, if you remember, the RSI a few minutes ago only had a blue line, or a purple line. If the stochastic only had 2 lines, look at the MACD, guys, the moving average convergence divergence indicator. It has 2 lines. It has some candlesticks up and down. Okay, it's getting a bit more complicated. So the MACD is short for moving average convergence divergence, which is a trading indicator used in technical analysis of stock prices created by Gerald Appel in the late 1970s. There we go. Another indicator that's been around for over 40 years, guys. It is designed to reveal changes in the strength, direction, momentum, and duration of a trend in a stock price. The MACD indicator or oscillator is a collection of 3 time series calculated from historical price data, most often the closing price. These 3 series are the MACD series proper, the signal or average series, and the divergence series, which is the difference between the 2. You see, it's a bit more complicated. However, once you start working with it, once someone explains it to you properly, and you see how the charts, how the candlesticks move versus this indicator, it will make a lot of sense, guys. Okay, so give yourself the time of day to learn how indicators work. Okay, trading Forex is a game of averages. Yeah, trading online is a game of averages. But the more averages you're getting together, the more chances you have of being successful. Okay, so this is what is happening with the MACD, guys. Again, if you don't have any questions about the previous indicators, I will move on to number 5, the most complicated, the most popular, the most famous one used by professional traders, which is moving averages, guys. Those colored lines you saw me using on the trading platform every day. So the moving averages. In finance, a moving average is a stock indicator that is commonly used in technical analysis. The reason for calculating the moving average of a stock is to help smooth out the price data by creating a constantly updated average price. This is what goes on in trading, guys. You have the average price, and then you have the deviations up and down every day. This is it. Moving average is a simple technical analysis tool. Moving averages are usually calculated to identify the trend direction of a stock or to determine its support and resistance levels. They also act as dynamic support resistance levels, guys. Yeah, those horizontal lines that I draw sometimes. Once you learn the moving averages, you won't have to use those horizontal lines. You're just looking at the moving averages, and they will indicate the most probable support resistance levels. So once again, you position yourself on the market at the right time, avoiding a big drawdown. Okay, this is a trend following or lagging indicator because it is based on past prices. Okay, even though the disclaimer says past performance does not match, does not guarantee further movement. Okay, sometimes it does, guys, and this is up to you to decide if it's worth it or not. Okay, this is what's happening. These are the most common technical indicators used by traders, professional or beginner traders in 2021, guys. If you have more questions about technical indicators, feel free to contact us on instructfx.com. info@instructfx.com, or you can have my direct line, guys, thechartwhisperer@gmail.com. Once again, I'm encouraging every single trader that had a good or a bad experience in the financial markets to contact us and come forward, and we will make sure your voice will be heard by the entire world through our daily broadcasts. Yeah, come forward. Let us help you. Help us help you, guys, with some public information. This is it from our side. Stay tuned. We're coming back live in a minute or two with the U.S. markets open, guys.
Go interactive with X-Ray, where we bring trading experts to you live in the platform. Choose sessions, watch live market analysis, and catch up on your favorite market insights anytime. Ask questions and go one-to-one with leading experts on gold, oil, FX, crypto, indices, and equities. X-Ray, your very own analysis team, right at your fingertips. That's higher trading from MarketsX. Discover how some of the top executives are trading their own companies with our Insider Trades tool. See who's been buying or selling stock and what their trades say about insider sentiment. Use this unique big data tool to make more informed stock trades. That's higher trading from MarketsX.
Boom, and we're live. What's happening, beautiful people? Happy Tuesday, everyone. Good morning, America. Good afternoon, Europe. And welcome, everyone, to our live stream. How are you guys doing this afternoon? Let me know how you're doing in the comments box below. And please remember to absolutely smash that like, share, subscribe button if you like what you see. And support us in delivering more great content. It helps us a lot, guys. Don't be haters. Smash that subscribe button. Now, let's get down to business, guys, and see what is happening in the markets today, Tuesday, 26th of January, 2021. Right, U.S. stocks are seen edging higher today with investors cautious ahead of a flood of corporate earnings. U.S. fiscal policy under pressure after the new U.S. President Joe Biden said he's open to negotiate the amount if needed. Crude oil prices advanced ahead of API Crude Oil Stock. The euro and the pound advanced today on strong economic data. American Express, Verizon and Johnson beat revenue expectations. And Bitcoin, guys, drops below $32,000 today, testing the 200 moving average to the downside. U.S. markets open. Coming up. Right, and here we are, beautiful people. We are exactly 12 minutes ahead of the U.S. Markets open. Busy day today in the economic calendar. Busy day in the earnings calendar, guys. By the way, tomorrow I'm going to have a webinar. Okay, 15 minutes, half an hour prior to the U.S. markets open on the earnings season. I keep saying I'm going to do a webinar on the earnings season, guys. We're in the middle of the earnings season, and I'll do it tomorrow. Now, let's have a quick look at the economic calendar, see what is happening in the markets today, guys. We're going to have a look at the earnings calendar. We're going to have a look at the top 5 things to know in the markets today, and then we're going to move on to charts of the day and signals of the day shortly after the U.S. markets open. All right. And once again, remember to smash that subscribe button meanwhile. So today, big holiday in Australia and India, guys. Australia is celebrating Australia Day and India is celebrating Republic Day. Let me zoom in a bit. There we go, so you can have a better view. Right. Once again, we started the day nice and early with 4 announcements coming from UK, guys, on the British pound. The most important one was the unemployment rate, which was expected to come out at 5.1%. And it took everyone by surprise by falling below what economists have predicted and coming out at 5% flat. Okay, now we had the employment change, which came out negative 88,000 versus a negative 100,000. We had the claimant count change, which came out at 7,000 instead of 35,000. And we had the average earnings index plus bonuses, which came out way better than what economists have predicted at 3.6% versus a prediction of 2.9%. Now, we also had the HPI composite coming out on the US dollar about 20 minutes ago, guys, which came out at 9.1% versus a prediction of 8.6% by consensus. In 40 minutes from now, we're going to have the consumer confidence, which will weigh heavily on the direction of the US dollar for this afternoon. And just before midnight, we're going to have the API weekly crude oil stock, okay, which is a pre-announcement on the crude oil inventories that will be announced tomorrow, 5:30 GMT plus 2. Now, we are in the middle of the earnings season, guys. If you have questions, let me know. Type your questions. I will do my best to answer. Let me know how you're doing, by the way. So we still expect data to be released from Microsoft, guys, Starbucks, AMD, and Texas Instruments. We saw American Express releasing their earning figures. Earlier on, we saw earnings per share of $176 versus an expectation of $131. And we saw a revenue coming out at $9.35 billion versus an expectation of $9.34 billion. So far, so good. General Electric, though, missed its earnings per share, coming out at 0.08 versus an expectation of 0.0887. But they topped up with the revenue, which came out 21.93 billion versus an expectation of 21.76 billion only. Now, what else did we have? Lockheed Martin again missed the earnings per share expectations, just like General Electric, coming out shorter than what economists were predicting. 638 a share versus a prediction of 642, and we have the revenue topped up at 17.03 billion versus an expectation of 16.95 billion from consensus. All eyes on Microsoft this afternoon, guys, and Starbucks and AMD, okay, which will announce probably after market closing today. Let's see what's going to happen. One thing is certain, though. Big impact on the S&P 500, big impact on the Nasdaq, and big impact on the Dow Jones is expected from all these names that announced their earning figures for the last quarter of 2020 or the first quarter of 2021. Right now, tomorrow, again, we're going to have some more big names announcing. We're going to have Apple and Tesla, guys, announcing. Facebook, AT&T, Boeing, big names. ADP, again, big name announcing. And as we move towards the bottom, guys, towards the bottom of the chart, what else is happening? Right, no big names. Oh, Nasdaq will announce their earnings tomorrow as well. 146 earnings per share forecasted by consensus on Nasdaq, and a forecast on revenue of $753.05 million for the last quarter. On the big boys, guys, on Apple, 141 earnings per share, and the revenue forecast of 102.54 billion is expected, with a market cap of $2.43 trillion, guys. These are the big boys. Tesla, 104 expected for earnings per share, and the forecast for revenue of 10.47 billion. Now, Tesla did fairly well recently in the last quarter. They should do okay. I'm very curious to see how Tesla will come out. It's one of my favorites. Facebook, again, 316 forecasted earnings per share, and the revenue forecast of 26.31 billion is expected. AT&T, 0.7282 for AT&T, with a forecast revenue of 44.52 billion. Boeing is expected to do not so well. Negative expectation for Boeing, guys. Negative 1.6 earnings per share, and a revenue forecast of 15.03 billion. Really curious on Boeing, guys. Really curious. I cannot say anything about Boeing up or down. Now, let's move on to an interesting article from investing.com, which was released about 20 minutes, half an hour ago, guys, and see what is happening with some stocks, guys, for the stock traders, because you know I love you so much, and I'm going to give you the stocks of the day in just a second. So, Alphabet, guys, Google stock fell 0.4% after the tech giant Google unit said it will not make contributions from its political action committee in this election cycle to any Congress member who voted against certifying the results of the presidential election. Right, that's a very dairy statement. Let's see how that will affect their stock price further. Yeah, so far we saw a drop of 0.4%. Now, moving on, Apple, guys. Apple stock rose 0.2% after the iPhone maker said its hardware engineering chief, Dan Riccio, will step down to oversee a new undisclosed project. Will Apple send an iPhone to the moon? This is what I want to know. Now, moving on. 3M Company, guys, stock rose 1.5% after the industrial conglomerate beat fourth quarter earnings and sales estimates and reinstated guidance as it continues to produce the respirators used to protect against COVID-19. For the ones of you that did not know this, very good company. They are contributing a lot to this getting rid of this COVID pandemic. So 3M Company, have a look at that one. Johnson & Johnson, guys, on the other hand, the baby shampoo stock rose 1.9%. I wouldn't know about baby shampoo if you look at me. But anyway, stock rose 1.9% after the drug maker posted an 8.3% rise in quarterly sales and said it would share details from its keenly watched COVID vaccine trial very, very soon. Let's see what's going to happen. General Electric stock rose 9.1%. Wow, what a rally, what a surge. After the industrial conglomerate reported a better than expected free cash flow for the fourth quarter and forecast strong 2021 cash flow as it benefits from a recovery and its power and renewable energy unit. This is what General Electric is doing. Right. On the other hand, we have Amex, guys. American Express stock fell 1.5% after the financial services giant reported a drop in travel and entertainment spending during the pandemic. Well, duh. That said, its fourth quarter earnings came in ahead of consensus. So overall, I think Amex will go up at some point. They just... I don't know why they took this hit, because this statement is a no-brainer. But anyway, moving on. Verizon, guys, stock fell 1% after the telecommunications giant added fewer monthly bill paying phone subscribers than expected during the fourth quarter, facing increased competition from its main rivals. It's not rocket science, is it? Lower your prices, as easy as that, and more people will subscribe. Duh. Right. Let's move on. UBS, guys. UBS rose 2.1% after the Swiss banking giant reported its best quarter since 2006 in terms of profit, boosted by a surge in trading volumes as well as lending to wealthy clients. Ooh, very posh. Very, very posh. Now, I saw news on Rolls-Royce earlier on, guys, which is worth mentioning. Rolls-Royce fell 1.3% after the engine manufacturer downgraded its outlook for 2021, saying it now expects a cash outflow of $2.7 billion in the year, reflecting lower flying hours for its engines. Well, what to do? Right, now, this is it, guys. This is it. Etsy, ETSY, if anyone is interested, rose 8.7% after the e-commerce retailer received a boost from a tweet from Tesla founder Elon Musk, who said he kind of loves the company after buying a gift for his dog. Well, I kind of love Elon Musk as well, and I kind of love Tesla as well. I still can't afford one, though. Now, another good one to watch, guys. GameStop stock rose 17%. AMC Entertainment stock rose 9.7%. And BlackBerry stock rose 7.6%, continuing the sharp gains seen from these heavily shorted stocks as retail traders take on the short sellers. Yes. Okay. I thought I was seeing things. Right. Okay. So this is what's going on with some stocks, guys. I hope you managed to write down some of them. If not, you're going to find them on investing.com. You just need to know what to look for. Meanwhile, I'm going to move to top 5 things to know in the markets today, guys. And then we're going to move on to the charts of the day. We are 3 minutes ahead of the U.S. Trading session, guys. The U.S. stock markets are expected to open with a gap to the upside today. Let's see how that will come out. If not, once again, I tried. So, number one on the board, guys, fun and GameStop. The long-running war between retail traders and Wall Street short sellers exploded yesterday as GameStop, BlackBerry, and Express, all heavily shorted stocks, were squeezed higher, ostensibly, see, I got it right, at the urging of a Reddit user, board names, something. Right. So I just spoke about these a minute ago, guys. They did very, very well. GameStop stock finished the day with an 18% gain after rising as much as 141% earlier in the day. Wow, okay, that's a good one. But it remains a heavily shorted stock. The bounce has encouraged more professional investors to pit their resources against the retail trading army that has come to dominate the market over the last year. Oh my God, I love the phrasing on this one. So deep words and heavy words. Right. According to Bloomberg, guys, so don't blame it on me. Don't blame it on InstructFX. If anything, blame it on Bloomberg. Hedge fund giants Ken Griffith of Citadel and Steve Cohen of Point72 have ridden to the rescue of Gabe Plotkin's Melvin Capital, one of a number of short sellers wrong-footed by a short squeeze. They've injected a total $2.75 billion into Melvin after it lost about 30% this year. Wow, very bad. Very, 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 very bad. Melvin, you should be embarrassed. 30% this year. Come on, even InstructFX is doing better than you. Anyway, let's see. Who knows? Maybe I'm going to get a cash injection as well. Number 2 on the board, guys, IMF to upgrade growth forecasts. World trade tops pre-pandemic levels. All right, so IMF is the International Monetary Fund for the ones of you that don't know. So the IMF will update its growth forecast for the world this year at 8 a.m. Eastern Time, 1 o'clock GMT. It's expected to revise down its estimates due to the spread of new strains of COVID-19 that have prompted governments around the world to extend and tighten the lockdowns they've all put in place at the end of 2020. However, other data suggests that at least part of the world economy is thriving. Yeah, that part, the Asian part, the Chinese part. The volume of goods traded rose by 2.1% in November, according to data from Netherlands Bureau of Economics Policy Analysis, leaving its, what a fancy name, leaving it above its December 2019 level for the first time since the pandemic exploded in February 2020. Global industrial production has also recovered to pre-pandemic levels thanks to consumers diverting their spending away from services and booze and toward the goods over the last year. Yeah, meaning more food for the people. Right, okay. Let's move on to number 3, guys. I am very excited. We are exactly opening the U.S. trading session today. Welcome to the U.S. trading session, everyone. I missed this bell. It's been a while since I've done it. So number 3 on the board, stocks set to open mixed, consumer confidence, house price data due. U.S. stock markets are set to open mixed with investors showing signs of concern at the froth in certain individual stocks at the start of the earnings season. Right, I have a solution for you. If you're afraid of the single stocks, trade the index, guys. Okay, trade the index, which has 500 stocks in it. It can't go that bad, can it? Anyway, Dow Jones futures were up 16 points in pre-market trade, or less than 0.1%, while the S&P 500 futures were down by a similar amount, and NASDAQ futures were down 0.2%. How much you want to bet they're going to open to the upside? Right, let's see, because this article was published a couple of hours ago. So let's see. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Comments by President Joe Biden yesterday saying that he would be willing to make some compromises on his 1.9 trillion stimulus plans have put something on of a dent in market confidence, putting investors on watch for any change in Federal Chairman President Jerome Powell comments when he explains the Fed latest policy decisions at his press conference on Wednesday, which is tomorrow. Right, okay. Now, moving on to number 4 on the board, guys, and then we're going to look at the charts of the day. So, number 4 on the board, Microsoft, AMD, General Electric, and Johnson & Johnson, the baby shampoo, led the earnings parade today. Earnings season gets into full swing with updates before the bell from a host of industrial giants, while Microsoft and chip maker AMD update from Silicon Valley after the close. So, once again, guys, if you expect Microsoft to do well, if you expect AMD, Advanced Micro Devices, to do well, okay, and you want to trade it, you're going to have to position yourself on the market today, as they're going to announce the results after closing today. And tomorrow, when the U.S. markets open, fingers crossed, they're going to open with a gap to the upside, and it's going to push your trades into a bit of profit, okay? This is how you trade stocks. Right, okay, now, General Electric has already reported earnings of 8 cents a share for the quarter, some 10% below consensus forecast, although the key cash flow metric came out better than expected. I already went through this. I don't want to read it over and over again. Now, number 5 on the board, guys, oil bounces API data due. Crude oil recovered some momentum after getting caught up in the general volatility in risk assets yesterday, as the Dutch data on global trade provided some reassurance about the health of global demand. Right. Why does it have to sound so complicated? It's simple. As the lockdowns continue, there's not going to be as much demand on the oil supply in the world. So the price will be lower. Okay, once the COVID lockdown moves away, then probably we're going to have more supply, okay, and then the oil price might go higher. As easy as that. They make such a complicated sentence. Anyway, who am I to judge? By 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time, U.S. crude prices were up 0.6% at $53.07 a barrel, while Brent crude was up 0.5% at $55.94 a barrel. The American Petroleum Institute will report its weekly data on U.S. oil stockpiles, okay, just half an hour before midnight on GMT plus 2, okay, 10:30 on GMT, which is London time. Right, this is what is happening so far. This is the news, guys. Again, we expect an interesting trading session, an interesting U.S. trading session. So I'll tell you what, let's take a 1 minute break so I can catch my breath, and then I'm going to come back with the charts of the day and the signals of the day. What do you say? All right. Meanwhile, by the way, guys, you have enough time to smash that subscribe button, okay, down below. Coming back live in 30 seconds, guys. Stay tuned.
Keep your finger on the market pulse with the News Alerts tool. Stay up to date on the latest sentiment across all the major asset classes. Uncover bullish or bearish signals tied to specific assets that could be developing before major price moves, and track how news sentiment correlated with price in the past. Track the news volume on an asset, its fear index, and get a better feel for its underlying strength. All with News Alerts, your central hub for market information. That's higher trading from MarketsX.
Right, and we're back, ladies, gentlemen, traders. We are back with the charts of the day. We are already 6 minutes into the U.S. trading session, so the market should have moved by now. Let's see. Where do we take it from here? We are looking at Crude Oil WTI, guys, on a 60-minute chart. 53 on the dot for 53.01 for Crude Oil WTI this afternoon. Very good rally on the European trading session today. We saw a bounce from that 200 moving average at the downside, at 52.41, and currently we're looking at 53 flat. Okay, don't be surprised if we're going to see a retest to the downside once the API data comes out, guys. Okay, as there's not an awful lot of demand for oil as things stand right now. We're looking at RSI stochastic turning around from the overbought levels, indicating there might be a retest, either of that 50 moving average, that yellow line that you see there, or that 200 moving average that you see at the bottom. Okay, this is what's happening. We're going to get the signals in a minute, but this is what the charts are indicating so far. Right, 121.59 for the euro this afternoon, guys, versus the US dollar, with the RSI stochastic still showing us that they could push even higher. Okay, amazing rally during the European trading session today, guys, with the euro pushing through that 200 MA. Okay, and probably aiming for a correction, at 121.82 or somewhere in that region. Okay, it's still early to say, but all signs, or most signs, are pointing that way. Let's see what the US dollar will do this afternoon, and we take it from there. Meanwhile, tremendous rally for the pound this afternoon, guys, following the announcements that came out this morning. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours straight we saw the pound strengthening versus the US dollar. 137.19 for the pound, again with the RSI and the stochastic close to the oversold levels, the overbought levels, but still not there yet. There is potential. We saw a correction of 100%. Let's see. Will the pound aim a bit higher towards the 137.36? Let's see what's going to happen. Probably the markets will give us a sign. On the other hand, guys, the dollar is dropping sharply, 103.64 for the USD this afternoon versus the Japanese yen, with the RSI and the stochastic pointing downwards and currently moving close to the oversold levels. We might see trading even lower towards the 103.48, and who knows, 103.38 may be where that is the previous low. Okay, however, the price moved below the 200 moving average. There is potential to the downside. Looking at it on a 4-hour chart, probably now you understand better what I'm talking about. 103.64 is where it is now. The previous low is at 103.41, somewhere there. And if it's going to break that level, guys, look, if it's going to break that level, don't be surprised if you're going to see it reaching the 103 flat. Okay. Now, Aussie dollar is doing well this afternoon, even though it dropped a bit on the European trading session, 0.7740 for the Aussie dollar. Okay, we saw a very shy, almost retest of that 200 MA. Probably that 200 MA is very, very hot for the Aussie dollar, and it only got close to it. And it bounced back up. Let's see what's going to happen. While the US dollar goes down, then probably we're going to see gold and the Aussie dollar pushing a bit higher. Right, USD Cad, again, a retest of that 200 moving average to the upside for the USD Cad pair on a 4-hour chart. We see the price dropping sharply as we speak, 127 flat, 127.01 on investing.com for USD Cad, with the RSI stochastic both turning around from the overbought levels and indicating a bit of weakness in the market. Yeah, where we are right now, again, we see a retest of that 200 MA on a 1-hour chart to the downside, indicating a bit of selling power. We might see the US dollar tumbling once again. Meanwhile, let's see what is happening with the big boys, guys. The S&P and the Dow Jones. Positive opening for the S&P this afternoon. 3,864.40 cents for the S&P. RSI stochastic still pointing upwards. We might see a good rally today. The Dow, look at the Dow, guys. Who said we're going to see a negative opening? What did I tell you? I'm absolutely convinced we're going to see a positive opening. There we go. $31,089.77 for the Dow Jones Industrial Average this afternoon, guys. After it retested that 200 moving average, we see RSI stochastic pointing upwards. Yeah, tremendous potential for the upside for the Dow Jones and for the S&P as well. Meanwhile, guys, we're looking at the US dollar index, which is on a downtrend. There we go again, $90.16 for the US dollar index futures. Okay, don't be surprised if we're going to see it reaching 90-100 flat. Okay, to the downside. It's inches from there, and from there on, God knows what's going to happen. So far, it looks like a very, very important support level. Looking at the charts, guys, we saw this level being tested quite a few times in the past. So let's see what's going to happen. We might see the dollar weakening further, guys. We might see the dollar weakening further. Who knows? Maybe you're going to see it going back to 89.5 or even lower than that. But this can only mean one thing. If the US dollar goes down, gold price should go up, at least in theory. All right, gold price didn't perform so well. It's still stuck at 1850, 1855, 55 this afternoon. Yeah, RSI stochastic somewhere in between, in a lot of uncertainty for gold futures this afternoon. Again, gold seems to be having an issue with that 200 moving average as we look at the charts. Every time it gets there, it flirts with it for a bit, and then it falls below once again. So it's more of a sell than a buy this afternoon for gold as things stand right now. If we're going to see the candlestick formation settling above that 200 MA, then probably we're gonna look for a positive outcome. Yeah, around 1874, if as the first target. Right, Brent Oil Futures, just like crude oil, good performance today on the European trading session, just short of $56 a barrel as things stand right now, with the RSI and the stochastic up in the overbought levels, indicating a potential drop. So we might see a retest to the downside, 55.54, 55.40, somewhere there in that region. Right, silver futures, and then we're moving at Bitcoin, guys. I know you're all waiting for the Bitcoin to go up probably after the latest performance in the last 48 hours. Right, but meanwhile, silver futures, $25.54, 53 cents for silver futures. Again, we see a rejection from that 200 moving average. There we go. Okay, so again, there's more potential to the downside than to the upside as things stand right now. And now, ladies, gentlemen, traders, drums please. Bitcoin, everyone's favorite, is tanking. It's aiming for the 30,000 level as we speak. 31,109 as things stand right now. Don't be surprised if you're going to see Bitcoin reaching 30,000 or below in the next few hours, guys. Yeah, we saw this fake breakout that happened yesterday. Yeah, on the price moving above that 200 moving average. There it is. There we are. There. Right, we saw this false breakout. Many traders went with long positions on the Bitcoin. But for the ones of you that followed InstructFX yesterday with Neil Wilson, we both analyzed the charts. And I said, there's more potential to a downtrend than to an uptrend. And I'll explain to you how. Right, there we go. Let me get that line out of the way and draw on the chart how we like it. Yeah, so this is a trend channel, guys. I'm making sure that most tops, okay, and most bottoms touch that line to the downside. There we go. Yes, somewhere there. This is a trend channel. So yesterday when I was live with Neil Wilson, chief market analyst at markets.com, Bitcoin price was exactly there. Okay, that's where the Bitcoin price was. And we both saw the technical indicators turning around, from the overbought levels. And we both said it might be a downtrend. We might see the Bitcoin pushing lower and lower and lower. And today it happened. I'm so proud of myself, you cannot imagine. Now, where is the target for the Bitcoin? Somewhere there in that region, somewhere around the 29,000. What's that? 29,300, let's say. Let's round it up to 29,300, somewhere there. Okay, this is what is happening with Bitcoin, guys. Go on a 4-hour chart, draw this trend channel, and then take it from there. See when Bitcoin will bounce on and off those trend lines that you see on the charts. Now, are you ready for the signals of the day, guys? The markets should start settled by now. It's 15, 16 minutes into the US trading session. So we're going to have a look at the signals of the day, guys. Okay. Now, no, I was wrong. The markets did not settle yet. Okay. The Euro USD and the pound are still stuck in a strong buy. At least the pound, guys, it's 4 green for the pound this afternoon. 4 strong buy positions. Okay, the euro became neutral on a 5-minute chart versus the US dollar, but 15 minutes and hourly are still indicating that the uptrend might continue. But GBP USD, strong buy, guys. All four strong buy this afternoon. On the other hand, USD JPY, strong sell. USD CHF, undecided, a very shy buy on a 5-minute chart, followed by 15 minutes and hourly indicating a strong sell. The euro GBP, strong sell for the euro. Strong sell, all red for the euro versus the pound this afternoon, guys. The Aussie dollar seems to be strengthening versus the US dollar. We see a bit of green on the chart. Okay, strong buy indication. The Kiwi dollar as well might strengthen a bit versus the US dollar. With 3 strong buy indications on higher time frames. The euro, supposedly strong buy on versus the Swiss franc versus the CHF. GBP JPY, guys, 4 green for the pound versus the Japanese yen and 4 green for the pound versus the Swiss franc. Wow, what is happening with the pound? I don't know if you guys remember. It was probably a month ago. Over a month ago when I was analyzing the charts with Neil Wilson, again from markets.com, and we were talking about the pound, and I said, Neil, if everything goes smooth, we might see the pound reaching 143, 145. Is that realistic? And he said, yes. Right. We're on the right track so far. Now, quick look at commodities this afternoon, guys. Let's see what's happening with gold, with silver, with oil. There we go. Right. Strong sell, all red for gold. Let me kill these pop-ups. Right. Silver, again, turned into a strong sell on short time frames, just like gold. But gold is leading with 4 red. Copper, strong buy so far for copper on most time frames. Crude Oil Wti and Brent Oil Futures, guys. Strong buy is still indicated by investing.com. I have my reserves. Let's have a quick look at oil and see what is happening. Right, there we go. Strong buy is indicated on investing.com, but on a 4-hour chart, we see the beginning of a red candlestick, which usually implies a bit of selling power. Okay, there we go. There's the drop. With a retest of that 200 moving average. Now, here's what you can do. If you're going to see this retest, this rebound from the 200 moving average, from the red line, guys, you might want to get ready for a long position. If the signals on investing.com still indicate a strong buy, and then you see this this rebound from the 200 MA, then you might want to go for a long position. Okay, they might have been right. Okay, one other thing that leads me to think we might see the prices going up in a while, okay, is that the markets keeps creating higher highs and higher lows. Remember that downtrend channel that we had on Bitcoin a minute ago? Well, On crude oil WTI, it seems to be an uptrend channel. Okay, and in the uptrend channel, you're going to have the price moving up and down and testing both trend lines. Okay, if it sounds like Chinese, guys, if you want me to explain it to you in layman terms, please type your comments and let me know. All right, so this is what's happening with crude oil WTI, guys. It's dropping sharply, but keep an eye on that level. Keep an eye on 52.49 on investing.com, as it might be worth it to go in with a long position. Right, now, moving on. Oh, right, the markets seem to be settling as we speak, guys. Okay, we saw crude oil WTI changing to a strong sell on a 5-minute chart, but the daily and hourly remain a strong buy. So this usually means what exactly I've explained to you. Yeah, you see a bit of a meltdown for a few hours. Yeah, and then with a bit of luck, you're gonna have the price going back up, yeah, and sticking to that trend. Okay, if the price, careful guys, if the price falls below the 200 moving average, then you might want to consider a potential sell position. So don't do anything just yet. Okay, wait for the markets to calm down. All right, natural gas turned into a strong sell as well, and US wheat, guys, 4 green, 4 US wheat, 4 strong buy positions. All right, this is it, guys. This is how the markets are reacting today. This is what's happening in the markets. Plenty of volatility is expected in the next few hours on the US trading session. Now, this being said, guys, please remember to trade with caution, at least today, guys, yeah? Join me again tomorrow for another great round of market talks. Until then, remember to trade responsibly and may all your trades be in the money. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Have a good one.